Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Edwina. I am very excited to have you here with me. Today I am bringing you something I haven't done before. So I am here with a gentleman who came to Canada and wants to share his experience with us. I am very grateful that he has even given me this opportunity to have this interview with him. For privacy reasons, he is not going to show his face on camera, and we respect that, but you will hear him very loud and clear. And yes, basically, so you cannot tell somebody's story better than hearing from the person's own mouth. So stay through with me to the end. Let's get started. Okay, welcome to Canada.
Thank you.
Good. So, what brought you here, if I may ask?
Okay. I'm honored for this opportunity given to me to share my view upon what I've seen in Canada since I came here. It's a very wonderful experience. Wonderful in such a way that it is not all that good. It's not nice.
What is not nice? Canada is not nice.
Canada is nice, precise, but the experience that I've had personally, it's not nice to me.
Okay, so before we talk about your experience, we want to know what brought you to Canada. So what brought you?
I came to Canada because I thought my home country is not giving me what I'm expected to have. So I came in search of greener pasture.
Oh, okay. So you came to Canada in search of greener pastures.
Of course.
Okay, so what visa did you come with?
Yeah, I came with a visitor's visa with intent to change to work permit.
You came with a visitor's visa,
Yeah,
with the intention to change to work
to
permit.
work permit.
Yes, because as of the time you came,
Yeah.
that was still in
Existence.
Yes, it was still in existence.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know anyone who had gone through that process before? Did you know anyone in person who had that experience of changing their visas from visitors to work permits?
Actually, I didn't know anybody.
Okay.
But with the excitement of traveling to abroad, you don't think too much to know what is in the bad side and the positive side. So because of the happiness, since you get your visa, you are happy and then ready to travel. Even the travel is the name abroad to obtain. It's even much something that you can brag.
It's a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream come true. Yeah, so I didn't think so much, and I didn't know enough of what it entails until I came here.
Okay, so who told you that you could even change your visa? How did you get that information that you can even change your visa from visitors to work permit and all that?
I was helped in processing when I was coming. So the person in charge of the process told me it is possible and it is done. Once I believed the person and he told me, I thought everything was okay.
So he told you once you get to Canada, you can change your... Did he tell you how long that process is likely to take?
He didn't really tell me, but he told me that what is most important is to get into the country.
Is to get into the country. Yes, this is not the first time I'm hearing that. The most important is to get into the country.
Yeah.
The most important is to get into the country. That is what most people say. The most important is to get into the country. So they make you think once you get in, it's a cool deal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your home country. So before this whole thing, what have you been doing?
Okay, I was a teacher.
You were a teacher?
Yeah.
Which level?
Okay, at the basic level.
Basic level teacher. But that's not bad. I mean, teaching doesn't pay where you're coming from.
Actually, it is bad.
It is bad. Oh, okay. So, are you married? Do you have children?
Yeah, I'm married. I have kids, but I don't want to name them. So
that's okay. That's okay. So you are married with children.
Yeah.
So this gentleman here is a family man.
Yeah.
So what did your wife think about the whole process? Was she in support, or she was You know, what did she think? Well, she was also so excited that the husband is traveling and all that. How did she take it?
It's every woman's dream that her husband will excel in life.
Every woman.
So coming to abroad, it's a step in the right direction. So she was fully supportive of what I was doing.
She was excited when you had your visa.
Yeah.
But did she know your visa was a visitor's visa?
Yeah, she knew.
She knew, but she also knew that you could change it to a work permit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had full support from the wife. It's not as if the wife didn't want him to come and he came. No, he had full support from the wife and the family. Okay, so what preparations did you do before coming? What things did you try to put in place? Because you are traveling to a place. Did you know people here? Did you try to do any search on your own? Did you put anything in place before?
Okay. I don't know anybody here.
Okay.
So I was told that the most important thing, like I told you, is to get through. So if you get through, we all know that in abroad there are so many jobs, unlike in our country. So when you come, at least by 2 months time, you get something to do. But things are not really like how it was in the previous years, as people were saying, and we had things have changed massively.
Okay, so you didn't know anyone here.
I didn't know anyone here.
But you still had hope that from what the person who helped you with your process told you, once you enter, everything will fall in place.
Yeah.
And not knowing anyone here is not even something to deter you from coming.
No.
Okay. So you knew that at least you within 2 months or after 2 months you should be able to find some job and change your visa and all that.
Yeah.
So did you have enough money to take care of you? So since you didn't know anyone here, where were you going to stay for the 2 months that you gave yourself that?
Okay, the money that we gathered, the money that I gathered, I was thinking it is enough, but converting it to the new currency,
which new
the countries
to dollar, changing your money to the Canadian dollar.
To the Canadian dollar, it became very little, and
okay,
and to wait, I don't know where money will come again, so I had to take the risk.
Okay, so the money you had was not even enough.
Was not enough,
but you had to take the risk because you were looking at a brighter picture. You were ready to sacrifice for some time with the hope that you can change your visa and then everything will be all right from there.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so where have you been staying? Are you living in a hotel, Airbnb? How have you been coping in Canada?
Okay, in the first week that I arrived, I was able to lodge in a place, Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah, for some days. And then afterwards, I was able to contact my church here, and I told them everything. And they took upon themselves to do their best.
Okay.
Yeah, and so lucky, one of the brethren in the church took unto himself and his wife. They took me in, and since then they have been caring for me up till now. If it wasn't them, I didn't know what would have happened to me.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is a good point there. So, based on that, based on your experience on that, what would you tell somebody who is trying, based on just that bit of it, because you thought you were coming in with enough money, but then when you came, a few days in the Airbnb was eating all your money, so you had to find an alternative, and you contacted your church, and a family in the church took you in. So what will you tell somebody who is also thinking of making this move? Despite the new developments and all that, that people will still think, oh, there is a way. So we are not saying anybody should not come. No, sometimes it's good when people come to experience. Okay. So what would you tell somebody who was coming and not knowing anyone? Maybe the person will not be lucky to have a church or some. So what should that person do before coming?
So like you rightly said, maybe you coming, you will not be lucky. Like as I met the brethren in my church who took me, or the family in my church who took me in. You wouldn't be so lucky. So what I will tell you is that you have to take your time, and you have to plan everything perfectly. You have to know the amount of money that you are bringing. You have to know the number of months that you can sustain, or the money can sustain you. Because as at now, jobs are not really available as it is. So you can't be sure of getting a job since you are in the country. It is very difficult. So what I would say is, if you are coming, you have to prepare well, most especially in terms of finance.
In terms of finance,
you have to prepare yourself very well. Else you find yourself wanting.
You have to prepare yourself very well in terms of finance. That is true. You know, that is true, because embarking on this journey without money, the whole thing is difficult. But if you don't have money, it makes your situation worse. Okay, it makes your situation worse, because if there is a way out and you are even required to pay some money to get it, you don't have the money.
Yeah.
So it even causes things to delay.
Yeah.
You get it. So how long have you been here?
Okay. I think 3 months now.
Okay, you've been here for 3 months. So you still have 3 months on your visa.
Yeah.
Was it multiple entry or a single entry? Your visa?
Multiple entry.
Multiple entry. You still have 3 months to figure something out. You still have 3 months to figure something out. So, have you heard of the new development?
I've heard everything. And I know what is going on. I know what is going on.
I've heard everything.
Yeah,
what did you hear?
It is like a blow.
What did you hear?
A blow. Now, they started with was it the students? Yeah, the number of students who were intake. Yeah, they've reduced it.
Yeah.
And also, at first, if you have a visitor visa, you can change it through LMIE to get a permit. Yeah. But this time around, it is cancelled also. It is not there. So if you every time want to change to a working permit, it cannot be done.
Yeah.
So you'll be stuck in the system.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know what to do. And I've also heard that at the port of entry now it is tight.
Yeah.
They are refusing people there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I've heard about what is going on now.
Okay. So you initially you said you came because you knew it is possible to change your visa from visitors to work permit.
Yeah.
So now that this new development,
and one thing that I want to add is that when we came, the LMIA was there. When I came, the LMIA was there.
Yes.
Yeah, in which you can apply.
Yes.
Yeah. I applied severally. It is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So even few of the companies.
Even when this law or this had not been cancelled, it wasn't easy to get the LMIA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when this was still in force, it wasn't easy to get the LMIA.
Yeah.
So you applied so many times.
I applied for about 300 companies, and only few of them will reply you.
Guys, did you hear that? 300 companies.
Yeah.
He still did not get an LMIA job.
At the job bank.
You know.
Some of you indicate that they have the LMIA. They will show the green color that the LMIA is there, but it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to get it.
Yeah. So even without this new changes that currently came, getting work with LMIA has never been easy. Okay, has never been easy. But once you know that there's a law, you feel a bit protected, because you know you are not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
What you are doing is permitted by the law.
Yeah.
So now that this changes have come, what does it mean to you?
Well, my plan has to change. Yeah. And as at now, I don't.
Did you hear?
I don't really know the step to take. I'm still contemplating on it.
Still contemplating.
I'm sure.
God will make a way.
Yeah, God will make a way, surely.
We are really praying and hoping that God makes a way, because it's not easy. I mean, it can be so disappointing. you know, especially when you are sold a story and you believed whoever told you, yeah, so you come confidently hoping that in the shortest possible time things are going to change for the good. You are ready to sacrifice your comfort and a whole lot because you know that very soon things are going to take a different turn, and then only for those major changes to be made and you are kind of stuck. You don't know what to do. I can only imagine. And then we are hoping that you find a way out of it within the 3 months you still have here. We are hoping that you find a way so that you don't have to go out of status. You know, we are hoping that you find a way. So what did you wish you knew? What did you wish you knew before embarking on this journey? Before embarking on this whole Canada journey? You know, the person who helped you with the process told you something. But when you came here and you saw things for yourself, if you are supposed to tell somebody, if somebody wants to come and the person asks you that you have been here and have had an experience, what would you tell somebody? Or what would you tell yourself, knowing what you know now? What would you tell yourself? Is my question clear?
Yeah. I wish I came in with a working permit.
You wish
without a visitor's permit. With a visitor's visa. Yeah. I wish I came with a working permit. That would have solved a lot of problem. Yeah. Because before coming, I was told there are some companies that they pay cash and you don't need a permit to work there. But it's not true. Even if it was true, it is not existent. It is not there now. So it's not.
Guys, the things we hear and how people are very confident when they are telling these things, and you come and you realize that it is not what it is. I mean, if you do not have a working permit, it means you cannot work. It basically means that even at the time that they were changing permits from visitors to work, you need to have the change before you start work. You need to change. So you don't start work on your visitor's visa. You need to change the work permit before you start working. So there's nothing like working without a work permit in the country. There's nothing like that. And if people are having their way, that, trust me, if somebody employs you that way, the person would even abuse you and you don't even have a voice. If they say minimum wage is 16 and the person decides to give you 10,
you have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say. When something happens, you cannot call police.
You can't tell.
You cannot call. You get it. So it is. Even if something like that exists, it is not a situation you would want to find yourself in. It is not a situation you would want to find yourself in. So if you are thinking of coming, the best is to come. Try to find out the best ways to come with a work permit, a permit that allows you to work. And even now, you have also heard that Canada is actually set. You know, the visitor's visa to the work permit is just one aspect of the process, the whole process that is going to go on. Recently, students have been even going on demonstrations because this affects international students who are already here. Yes, because the new thing they have set to do is to reduce the number of temporary residents in Canada. They are set on reducing the number of temporary residents in Canada. So, you know, previously when students finish school, they give them something that they call a postgraduate work permit. And normally when it expires, they renew it. The fear is that those whose permits are expiring this year, we don't know what is going to happen. But there is a fear that their permits may not be renewed. And then once your permit is not renewed, it means you have to go back. You get it. So even coming in with a work permit now, guys,
it's not easy.
It is not. I mean, Canada is doing a whole overhaul. I don't even know the right word to use. So even coming in with a work permit now, it's not going to be easy like it was in the 70s or the 80s. It's not going to be easy like it was then. Okay, so what will you tell? What is your advice? I'm taking your last word, your advice to people who are still considering traveling. I mean, you know, the travel agents we have, they will make you feel like if you say no, you are being dull.
Yeah.
I mean, people go through here and they survive.
Yeah.
But some people die too.
Yeah.
I mean, they will tell you people go through Libya, people go through where people go through here and they survive. But they don't tell you about those who died.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't tell you about the number of people who died on that journey.
Yeah.
They just tell you about the few that survived. So if you are also, and you know, when you are in that state that you really want something, you don't hear the negative. It's only the good side that
the negative one becomes your enemy. So you always think of the positive one.
Yes, you get it, because you are already in a state where you have it. So you are not even able to process and really assess things. The sweet things you want to hear is what you hear.
Yeah.
Anybody who says otherwise becomes your enemy. You don't want to go close to that person. The person is trying to prevent you. Enemy of progress. The person is becoming an enemy of progress. So you stick to people who say what you want to do as possible.
Yeah.
Those are the people you stick to. So we want you to tell all young people like you who have left a wife and children home to embark on this journey and is going through all this, and you don't know how things are going to be like for you. What do you have to tell others? What do you have to tell others who are thinking of coming despite everything? Because probably somebody has told them, oh, forget about them, just go. You just need to go. Just go. They don't want you to come. Let us come and see for ourselves. Let us come and experience it for ourselves. Do you think everybody should come and experience it for themselves, or we can tell and then some people will listen, have some reconsider? Yeah. So what are your last words?
Yeah. The only thing that I can say that you have to think twice.
You have to think twice.
And then you are not like anybody.
Everybody's
You're
different.
a different person.
Yeah.
So you have to look at yourself, look at your ability. Don't think that you are coming here to make it. Anything can happen. And if you come here and it doesn't work, it is even better if you didn't come. Because if you go back, the disgrace and everything which is there waiting for you, you can't bear. Yeah, so I would advise you that you have to be very, very careful. I will not tell you not to come, but you have to think twice and know that the step that you are taking, are you ready to risk your life for it? Or you want to think twice? That's all I can say.
Okay, so I got some bit of your message struck me. You said if you come and it doesn't work out, the disgrace and shame when you face when you go back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, isn't it still better?
It is better.
I mean, if you have to go back, should you not be able to go back?
You can go back, but you know, once you travel outside, even there are some people before they travel, they will brag, they will tell their friends that they are coming to make it. So everyone is looking up to you that.
What are you coming with?
Yeah. So if you come with empty hand, my friend, like if you didn't come, it is better. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this what the last thing you said is bringing something up. So let me ask.
Yeah.
So what will you say about people who actually sell their properties to come? Okay, so I assume you have a house, you have a car, you have a land, and then look at yourself. Okay, put yourself in that situation. If the money you came with was money you had out of selling property to come, and then you come and things. I mean, I think that is what will make it very difficult for you to go back, because you have cleared. Yes, you have erased your you didn't leave anything that you are going back to depend on.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Selling your property or selling your items, valuable items to come here, it's not a good advice. Yeah, I would tell you, if you don't have enough money, wait and gather everything that you can, but don't try to sell anything. If you sell it, my friend, you will come here and then you will say that people will tell you that I told you so, and it has already happened.
So, but people sold their properties and they have made it.
I've met so many people who said they sold their properties and then they've regretted it.
They've
They wish
regretted
they
it.
didn't sell.
But some people too sold and they have made it here. Oh.
That is why I said you are not like anybody. Yeah,
You are
different. Yeah.
What if you are like that person who sold and made it in a few months? Don't you think it's a good investment?
I wouldn't sell, so I would tell you.
You wouldn't sell,
Yeah.
especially when you are coming on a visa that does not allow you to work.
Yeah.
Like currently, especially if you are coming on a visitor's visa, it is not wise to sell property
Yeah.
and come on a visitor's visa. It is not wise. In fact, currently, if you are coming on anything that does not give you permanent residency, if you're a temporary resident, you are not permanent resident, you are not a citizen, it is not wise to sell your property. Because if today the Prime Minister gets up and decides that everybody should go back to their country, can you say you will not go?
You are going,
You have to go.
You are going.
And then having sold all everything back home, how are you going to go? Okay, how are you going to go? So that is why it will not be wise to sell your property and come. When the visa you are coming on, you are not so sure of how things are going to turn out. So thank you so much for granting us this interview. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your honesty, your sincerity, and we hope that somebody will hear this and that it will inform them in their decision making. It's going to help other people to think twice about these things so that they do not find themselves in the situation to say, had I known, had I known, because had I known is always at last. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming.
for having me.
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the conversation and you have also taken your bits out of it. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Kindly like, share your thoughts in the comment sections and subscribe to this channel for more valuable information. Thank you. Bye.